connecting you to the world.
The time is a minute per 7. Good morning and thanks for staying with us. This is The World Today on FM 95.1 in Lauren. A news and current affairs wrap up where we bring you topical stories and headlines making the rounds. I'm your host. My name is Babajide. Oh Lord, Sean, you are welcome. These are the headlines trending in the news today. President Buhari writes Senate requires fresh loan of $4 billion and 710 million euros. VAT dispute Rivers government files appeal at Supreme Court. Quarter CP meets EFCC boss, pledges collaboration. PDP says Governor Abdulrazak's leadership award undeserved, accuses him of nepotism. Edo reportedly bars unvaccinated civil servant from work. Quora bakers hike bread price, suspend strike. Masquerader Muslims clash, court remands two for alleged murder in Ocean. Man beats tricycle operator to death in Quora. The foreign sin, police violence and racism. Macron outlines French plan for greater transparency of abuses. Ronaldo reacts to Manchester United's shock defeat to Young Boys. Join us for these and many more stories when we return from this short timeout. Listening to The World Today on Brawler FM 95.1. Please stay with us.
You make me smile. You press in my everything I see. Sunshine in the bottle. In the bay, everything I see. Love me like you. You keep me refreshed. Everything I see. I can't deny my eyes. Sunshine, drink. Everything I see. Oh, you show me a shine. Come make me chop it alive, baby. Mommy and daddy and everybody show me a bottle joy. Chop it alive with sunshine in a bottle. The refreshingly delicious Lipton iced tea. Available in peach and lemon flavors. Lipton iced tea. Lipton iced tea. Deliciously refreshing.
Yay! My prepaid meter has entered red. My money has finished. Oh,
babe, calm down now. Why are you switching off everything now?
With the rising cost of food and every other thing, it is only wise to manage my electricity consumption. And you know what freezers consume.
You better switch to the smart way with higher thermocool inverter freezers. The 50% electricity saver.
Really? 50%?
Yes, so 50%. So you don't have to switch off your appliances, especially your freezer.
Switch off from a life of stress. Switch to higher thermocool inverter freezer and enjoy 50% electricity saving. That means low electricity bills. Thermocool, always there for you.
And welcome back from that short timeout. Now to the stories in detail, starting from the local scene. President Muhammadu Buhari has written to the National Assembly seeking approval to borrow the sum of $4 billion and 710 million euros. The request was made known in the letter read by the Senate President Ahmed Lawan at a plenary on Tuesday. In the letter titled Addendum to Request for Senate's Concurrent Approval of Multilateral Fund Projects under the 2018-2021 Federal Government External Borrowing Ruling Plan, President Buhari explained that owing to emerging needs, there's a need now to raise more funds for some critical projects. The projects listed in the addendum to the 2018-2021 Federal Government External Borrowing Plan are to be financed through sovereign loans from the World Bank, French Development Agency, China Exim Bank, International Fund for Agricultural Development, IFAD, Credit Suisse Group, and Standard Chartered China Export and Credit. Meanwhile, the Rivers State government has approached the Supreme Court to challenge the ruling of the Court of Appeal in the value-added tax (VAT) dispute between the state and the Federal Inland Revenue Service. A senior advocate of Nigeria, San Emmanuel Ukala, alongside three other senior lawyers, filed a notice of appeal At the Apex Court, the Attorney General of the Rivers State is the appellant, while the FIRS and Attorney General of the Federation, AGF, are joined as respondent. The state government of the 10 grounds of appeals dated September 13th informed the Supreme Court that it was dissatisfied with the decision of the appellate court delivered on Friday last week, in which all parties were directed to maintain status quo. The Kwara State Commissioner of Police, Boas Sayomo, on Tuesday, September, pledged pledged support for efforts by the EFCC in ensuring zero tolerance for cybercrime and other forms of corruption in the state. He said this when he led top officers of the command on a courtesy visit to the Lorin Zonal Command of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Lorin. CPS Sayomo said his visit was to reciprocate the hands of friendship extended to his office by the Lorin Zonal Command of the EFCC when he assumed duty as the new Commissioner of Police in Kwara last month. Meanwhile, the People's Democratic Party, the PDP in Kwara State, has said Governor Abdul Razak has done nothing to merit the Governor of the Year award conferred on him by her leadership newspaper, describing it as an endorsement of failure. The Kwara PDP said it was surprised that a governor whose administration has been heavily criticized for ineptitude, nepotism, insensitivity, corruption, flagrant abuse of power, disregard for rule of law, and brazen violation of human rights was considered for the award. In a statement by its State Police Secretary, Tunde Shaolo, the party said the award was another face-saving attempt and political damage control by Governor Abdul Razak. The opposition party also said the award offends the sensibilities of Kwarans who have lost hope and confidence in the APC-led administration due to the governor's poor performance in office. The Kwara PDP also criticized Governor Abdul Razak for allegedly appointing his relative as the new Accountant General of the state, describing the appointment as nepotistic and unacceptable. The 17 governors of southern Nigeria will on Thursday, September 16, 2021, converge on Enugu State for their third meeting this year. The meeting has been hosted by Governor Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi Holt at the Government House, Enugu. It will be recalled that the first and second meetings of the southern governors, which deliberated on regional and national issues, were held in Delta and Lagos State, respectively. Edo reportedly bars unvaccinated civil servants from work. The government also battled those who were yet to take COVID vaccine from access in public places. Governor Obaseki had initially said from middle of September unvaccinated persons will be denied access to banks, government offices, worship, and event centers. This had generated an outrage as a group went to court seeking to restrain the government from carrying out its threats. But the governor stood his ground. On Tuesday, the permanent secretary, Edo State Ministry of Health, said, with effect from September 15, 2021, the state will commence the enforcement of the no vaccination card, no access to public places policy. Meanwhile, the Kwara State chapter of the Association of Master Bakers and Caterers of Nigeria, AMBC, has approved a 5% increase in the price of bread in the state. The decision followed the suspension of the strike embarked upon by the body over the high cost of production and shortage of flour. The price increase has already taken effect in the prices of bread in the state. Speaking on the issue, the chairman of the AMBC, Alhaji Abdul Fattah Alaba, said bakers in the state have endured the skyrocketing prices of ingredients and shortage of flour for long. An Osun High Court sitting in Osogbo on Tuesday ordered the remand of a masquerader custodian, Kayode, in Elisha Correctional Center of the alleged murder of a Muslim cleric, Mashood Slaudin. The presiding judge, Justice Ayoyibi, ordered that the defendant with his son, Fashola, be remanded in prison custody due to the magnitude of the alleged offense. The state prosecutor, Mr. Abiodun Badiora, told the court that the defendant with his son committed the offense on June 27th at Orange Street in Osogbo metropolis. Badiora said followers of masquerade and Muslim worshippers clashed at the Kamaruddin Mosque, resulting in the death of one person with several property also being destroyed. A tricycle operator, Kola Adeyemi, has been allegedly beaten to death by a tricycle operator in Ilorin, Kwara State capital. Daily Trust gathered that the alleged co-operator, Deolua Tomi, popularly called Lawyer, is a staff of the BYC consultant firm located at Iriwolide area of Ilorin. He was said to have attacked the deceased for hitting his vehicle from the rear. According to an eyewitness, the incident began as a heated exchange of words between the duo. When contacted, the police public relations officer, the PPRO, of the Kwara State Command, Ajayo Kasemi, confirmed the incident. He said that the case was reported by the vice chairman of the Tricycle Riders Association, Gerialimi Asadam Unit in Lorin. He said the suspect, who has been arrested, will be charged to court as soon as investigation is completed. French President Emmanuel Macron announced measures to make the police more transparent about wrongdoings, including the publication of internal investigation reports and the creation of a parliamentary monitoring body in efforts to improve public confidence eroded by scandals in recent years. Macron's speech on Tuesday in a police school in Roubaix in northern France comes after month-long national consultation about needed changes to the police following allegations of violence and racism. A major row broke out between leaders of the Taliban over the makeup of the group's new government in Afghanistan, senior Taliban officials told news agencies. The argument between the group's co-founder Mullah Abdul Ghani Baradar and a cabinet member happened at the presidential palace, they said. There, of course, have been unconfirmed reports of disagreement within the Taliban's leadership since Mr. Baradar's disappeared from public view in recent days. These have been officially denied. In sport, Cristiano Ronaldo has reacted to Manchester United's 2-1 loss to Young Boys in Tuesday's Champions League. Ronaldo made a blistering start to the clash in Switzerland as he opened the scoring after latching onto a delightful Bruno Fernandes cross from the left. The game looked set to be a draw, but a dreadful back pass from Jesse Lingard, who came on for Ronaldo late in the second half, went straight to Thielsen Sibachu, who scored in the winner in the final minute of stoppage time. But despite the painful defeat, Ronaldo urged his teammate to put the result behind them and focus on their future games. That's where we draw the curtains on today's edition of The World Today on Royal FM 95.1. Lauren was compiled and edited by Dada Uluwabamishe. For other details, call the Sales and Marketing Office, but the number is 0810-8501-372 or 0810-8501-373. Join us tomorrow for a better and a more exciting package. My name is Babajide Oluwaseun. Wishing you a splendid good morning to you. Keep listening to Royal FM 95.1 Ilorin.